Hey folks, Landstryder here, and welcome to another episode of our Atom Smasher series. I'm here with Donal,
Hey, hey, hey.
and we are standing in front of our half-complete reactor. Yeah, that's right. We've been mashing materials and just going crazy trying to build this. I've been trying to build this. Dornell has been getting multi-block ready for the next phase of technology advancement. So let's go take a look at that. We'll come back to this here in just a second, and I will try to explain some of all of what's going on in there. But let's head on up. I expanded our little baby reactor a little bit just because we were having power issues. So we're up to 480 RF a tick. That's like 4 times as much as we had before. And we'll tear that apart before we... anyway, because we're going to need those parts for the bigger reactor now. So it's on up here to over here. Yeah, I think we're just ready.
Over here, yep.
Yeah, ready to go over here. So the next stage, let me look in the quest book here real quick so I can show what we're about to take on here. I've been doing a little bit of aftermarket stuff, not a whole lot, mainly just turning in the quarried stone because that's an easy way to get coins, but it takes time. So I'm trying to remember to do that as often as possible. And we've been getting lots of stone because we had to do a bunch of digging to get some diamonds and things to make the stuff we're doing today under technology. There we go. I did turn in all these quests. I opened a bunch of rewards. They're just basically dungeon loot and stuff. So I got a bunch of little this and that's and the others, and nothing too special that you haven't already seen or whatever. So let's just move on to the next stage of technology here, another method of processing. So we need the industrial grinder, a bunch of machine casings, and a bunch of reinforced machine casings. Well, actually a few reinforced machine casings. And these things are kind of very resource intensive. And yeah, they're hard. Darnell's been slaving away for the last few hours to get this stuff ready for us. And you can see that this one initially the grinder takes an industrial electrolyzer. That's got a whole recipe unto itself there. Some circuits, 3 extractors, and a few iron plates. And then the other one thing is the macerator. We know how that goes. That's a simple thing. But there we go. That gives us the main block. Now that there by itself won't get the job done because it's a multi-block structure. That is just the main block. So we're also going to need a bunch of standard machine casings. So let's just go ahead and pull those out of there. Then we're going to need some reinforced machine casings. So we got basically these are upgraded machine frames. Both of these are so there we go. Pull those out of there. And we're going to assemble it. That should have completed. Why no complete? Did it complete? It says a consume yes. No, we got to fix that. Hang on. I did not realize that was a broken quest. Let me fix. I thought I'm sure I checked all these. So let me fix that real quick. Especially before somebody else accidentally loses all their stuff. So yeah, on camera fixes real quick. BQ admin. Yeah, what?
No, go ahead.
Edit true. Guys get to see a little bit of behind the scenes how they edit the book, basically. So yeah, this says consume yes. We do not want that. We do not want that to be consuming people's parts. They're hard-earned parts, man. That would suck, wouldn't it? If I would have accidentally clicked that, I would have given myself them back. And if anybody on the server had already done that, I would totally have refunded their stuff. But I don't think anybody else has got this far in the quest book. So under let's see, under tasks, it's a retrieval task. It should say consume 0 right there. Click done, done, and done, and done, and back and exit, and now we should just be able to turn it back off. As simple as that. And thankfully, since we're on a server, when I update a quest like that, it updates for everybody else who's playing on the server. So I just have to remember to do it in my single player dev environment too before I do the next update, which shouldn't be a problem. So if anybody is playing single player and runs into that quest, I do apologize. You just have to wait till the next update for the fix, or just do exactly what I did. Okay, there we go. Quest complete. Now let's open it back up. Done. I should actually take a look at the next one too. So that one I remembered to do consume no. Okay, anyway. Yeah, so we are going to grab... Do we want the... Hey, if we grab the standard machine casings, both, that'd save you a lot of crafting, wouldn't it? Yes? I mean, I could take the loot chests if you don't mind the crafting, but... He's being quiet. Okay. I'll wait for a response on that. He must have had to step away for some reason. Well, anyway, we're going to come down here. Ooh, fall down here. And we are going to set this up down here. So we will put... In fact, because we're going to have to bring water down to it, so this is probably a good idea to put it over on this side, or somewhere over towards this area. And I think what we'll do is we'll just put it right in the corner. That'll work. Then you put the middle layer is the reinforced. Now you don't want to forget, kind of, if you're like get all done and you're wondering why it doesn't work, if you forgot your bucket of water, which I didn't bring a bucket of water down, so we gotta go grab it. If for some reason you don't have your bucket of water in the middle, it won't work. So gotta have a source block right there.
I am so sorry that I just took off on you like that, but I had an important phone call I had to deal with.
No worries. I figured it was something necessary. So not a worry, not a worry at all. Anyway, what I was saying right before, I don't know, you probably didn't catch it. What if we both took the standard machine casings reward, and that would save you 16 machine casings that you wouldn't have to make.
Yeah, I'd only have to make the 18 again, which I really wouldn't have to make 18 because there's going to be 2 from left over from this, so I'd only have to make 16.
16, yeah.
So that would be 4. That's easier than.
Okay, I'm claiming
that request.
Yeah, I'm claiming that. That is one of the reasons I put that as a reward, because it will definitely save you time on the next quest. So there we go. That should be active. Yes, there we go. It opened up. If it doesn't open up a GUI when you click on it, then something's wrong. Something has gone wrong. But there we go. That is a functioning grinder, industrial grinder. Now we do need to bring water down to it, so I'm probably going to have to make a few more mechanical pipes to get that. Woohoo! To get that done. So I have a bucket. I just need 2 pieces of steel just to get some basic mechanical pipes. I should have a few more in my inventory here. I'll check. There we go. Hopefully that's enough to get down there. And then I'm going to need probably a bunch more. Well, we're going to need a bunch more cable regardless. So let me just get let me just make a bunch. Actually, how much steel do we have? A bunch of this. For maybe that's enough for now. Yeah, 32, half a stack there of that stuff. That should be good for the moment, because we're going to come down. Let's figure we'll bring the water along the side here. And we're going to have to come down through the floor somewhere here. Let me go up to see where the cable's actually at up here. Or not the cable, but the pipe. The stuff right here. Okay, so what if... Okay, right there is the pump. And I will be right back after with this brief second. Okay, as I was saying, we need to get the water down there, and I had an inspiration while I was taking care of some business here. What if we break that loose right there, because we're going to go right through the bottom, and we're going to attach the bottom of the pump as well. That way it'll be a completely separate piece of pipe. It should work. basic mechanical pipe there. We'll just come down one more. That way we can put, well, that piece that fell. Whew. The electric jetpack is nice on my armor there. It definitely makes things a little bit easier in certain circumstances. There we go. Let me do that. Oh, before I put that in there, dang it. Yeah. I want to make sure I hit the pipe so that it starts pulling water out. With the configurator, make sure we are in fluid mode. So there we go, like that. Now we can bring that out and oh no. I need one more piece of or I need to make a few more pieces of pipe, looks like I need to make one more craft's worth. Should do. I got the steel. I just need to make another bucket or grab a bucket. Yeah, I actually have some extra buckets, so that's not a big deal. Do that. There we go. Basic mechanical pipe. Not sure why it's called mechanical pipe. You don't know. You wouldn't happen to know, Dornell.
No.
There we go. And that should now be sending water down into here, because this does require water to function. You can see that there's an internal tank that's filling up now. Now the only thing we need to do is connect power to it, but what would be nice is to power it off of the new reactor. Now, the reactor is definitely not done. We need the parts from that the baby reactor there, plus a whole bunch of other parts that we don't have made yet. So let me try to explain what we got going on up in here. First of all, let me bring these up here someplace, maybe. Maybe just hold on to them. I got my standard machine casing. You got yours that you claimed, and then you're going to make some more for the next piece, which is going to be the industrial blast furnace. Industrial blast furnace is the next thing that we got to make there. Not the industrial blast furnace. There it is, right there. Of course, that's going to take the copper nickel heating coils, which is also going to require another machine called the rolling machine made. So yeah, so we got to make a few more machines before we can get on with that. But I do want to get this reactor at least temporarily online. Now you can see I've got some lapis coolers in here. I've got some glowstone coolers in here. I've got a bunch of beryllium blocks. I've got reactor cells. I would really like to have a lot more lapis coolers. Now that means that we need to actually go mine some more lapis, because I've used up our entire supply of lapis that we currently have. Either that, or I can purchase them from the market, from the aftermarket. But I do have all of the beryllium blocks in that are going to be in. I've got most of the glowstone coolers in that are going to be in. Actually, there still needs to be 1, 2, 3, 4 more glowstone coolers. Is that right? Because these sides done. Yeah, 4 more glowstone coolers are going to go in there, in those slots. And the reason for the specific configuration that we got going on here, if we take a look at coolers, each one of these has its own kind of circumstances under which it works properly. So like the water cooler must be touching a reactor cell or an active moderator block. And an active moderator block, the moderator blocks that we're using are these beryllium blocks. They're only considered active if they are in fact touching a reactor cell. So, and when you have 2 reactor cells with a moderator block in between, it actually increases the efficiency overall of the thing. I don't know, there's a bunch of complicated math I don't want to get into too much, but you got to follow these basic rules when you're thinking about what cooling that you want to do, and how you're going to get it all in there. And that is, I was originally going to make this thing like 7 by 7 by 7 internally, but that would have meant that I wouldn't be able to use as many lapis coolers as I'm going to be able to use, because the lapis cooler has to touch a reactor cell and a reactor casing. So that means that I can have a lapis cooler around each one of these bottom spots. You can see that I can have them there along the sides, and they touch a cell. There's a cell behind these 2. If we remove this beryllium for a second, you can see there's a cell right there. And it touches the outside of the reactor casing, so I'll be able to have quite a lot of lapis coolers. And lapis coolers are one of the better ones. They're 120 heat, so they're a really good one. Now the other one that I'm going to have a whole lot of, and I'm probably going to have more of these than let's see. For every beryllium block that you see here, I can do a magnesium cooler because it needs to touch an active moderator block in the reactor casing. And since there's a one block gap between these beryllium blocks and the casing, I can fill in everywhere there is a beryllium block. I can put a magnesium cooler, but I don't have those ready to go yet. In fact, let me see how much steel and how much tough alloy I have available up here. Got some tough alloy in there. I don't think I have any more steel there. No. Do you happen to have any more steel that you're not currently like clutching?
Just what was in there.
Just what was in there. Okay, so let me pull that ferroboron out for the moment. Put that away for a second. Is this thing currently running? It's got graphite dust in it. Good. That means we can go ahead and throw that in there.
And I got a stack of graphite dust.
You got a stack of graphite dust. Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So, well, now we're short on iron, but yeah, making all these big multi-block and stuff has certainly run us out of materials. I mean, not so much ore. We got plenty of ore. I mean, it's just a matter of waiting for this stuff to process. We definitely want to at least run it through the macerator. It would be best to run it, through the ore washer.
I'm running it
and centrifuge. I'm just letting the audience know that if you don't you don't have to run everything through the ore washer. I mean, obviously you're going to get a little bit more extra. Sometimes it's worth it, sometimes it's not, depending on what the secondaries are. On iron, I think it is kind of worth it because you're going to get a bunch of tiny piles of iron, and then you're also going to get a little bit of gold out of the thermal centrifuge. Now, the thermal centrifuge stage is maybe iffy on the iron, particularly if you have a lot of gold ore already, though we don't, so we're kind of like wanting to get that. So things that I don't think are worth running through the thermal centrifuge is copper, because it gives you tin, and tin is so common, and you get so much of it, and there's maybe not that many uses for it. So that's one of the ones I kind of tend to skip. But there we go. I got 16 more steel. That's going to let me make a bunch more blank coolers here. Maybe not a bunch more, but a few. 8's good. And now the next question is, do we have enough magnesium to make a few magnesium coolers? So magnesium coolers, I think it's like this. Yes. Cool. That gives me 8, and if I just wait a few seconds, I'll be able to make the 8 coolers that I had there, or 7, and then I'll be able to make the last one here if I just wait just a second. There we go. Might as well get these 8 in, and then we're gonna seal it up. Even though we don't have nearly all of the stuff in there, we're gonna take that one apart, seal it up, and then see how much power and heat we actually have. Now, let's see, these ones, I was gonna do something different here. Oh wait, no, these are, yeah, magnesium goes here. Magnesium goes here. Oh, I needed a copper one for the top right there, but that's okay. I just have to remember that. Well, here, I won't put that there. That way I will remember that I need a copper one there later. Here, we'll put these back in this hole, because that one goes there. Excuse me. That one go there. Now, nothing goes in the corner right here. At least I haven't figured out any good cooling thing to go in the very corner right here. But I don't think it's going to be necessary, because this is going to have a lot of cooling. So when it's all said and done, once I get everything in, and on the face of each one of these glowstone coolers, I can put a copper cooler as well, and that's what these ones are. These copper coolers. There's also glowstone coolers. If I pull this one out, you can see there's a glowstone cooler right there. Glowstone cooler is a little tougher to use because it does require it to touch at least 2 active moderator blocks. But since I'm using this checkerboard pattern, my glowstone coolers are actually touching 4, so there's no issue with that. But let's go ahead and... Oh, I don't want to close those in just yet there because I want to remember that I need to put the copper coolers on them. So I'll put that one there. And that's all the things I had in my inventory. Dang. I have to edit that bit out. This one's going to take some editing. Damn it. Alright, now let's go up and tear down the baby reactor here. Oh, man. Oh, perfect timing because it is just about to finish its fuel rod. So let's wait just a few moments for it to finish that fuel rod. That way we get the spent fuel rod. And maybe next episode we will go into the whole fuel reprocessing and making better fuel, because at that point we'll have a reactor that can actually use better fuel. There we go. Pull those out. Let it drain out its power into the power. Actually, I should just everything's going to shut down for a few moments, but I also need to decide where we're going to put the actual reactor block. I'm thinking in the top corner over there. Yeah, that's where it's going to go. Why don't you
put it down where we can reach it on the ground level?
You want to put it down on the ground? I mean, okay. Doesn't matter, really.
That way we can reach it so we can check on it, and it's easier to change in and out.
Oh, okay, well, why don't we put it like right out in the front corner then? How's that? That would work, right? So we will end up putting it like right in this front corner here somewhere. There we go. It'll come down there. And then we can come right across here with the power. Of course, this is going to need power, so let's come up this way with the power. And right across here. And we will end up connecting that together there. That connecting it there. Nice. Okay. Alright. Power all connected back up. This is pretty much empty, so we can go ahead and tear that apart. Now we can go ahead and tear out all this. We can get a couple more lapis coolers out of there. Get the final two reactor cells out of here. It's kind of weird whenever I'm over in this area doing work because of that thing right there. That soundproofing makes it so you can't hear anything that you're doing. It's just weird. just makes me feel eerie because there's no game sound basically. It's there, it's just like super faint. Alright, so tearing it the rest of the way out because we're going to need all these parts. I mean, it might... Oh, did I just break my pickaxe? I sure did. Sure did break that ruby pickaxe. I can make another one real quick though. 1, 2, 3.
Very last one.
Yeah. There we go. Alright. Back down here, finish this up. Okay. Pick up all those blocks. And, oh, I need the... there should be some more, a whole bunch more casings over here. If I look in here, yeah, there is. Like I said, I was originally going to make it 7x7, and then I changed my mind because I got inspired to do something a little bit different. Because there's so many of these that require touching the sail and the outside casing. So that does make things a little... Oh, you know what I should do? I'm not sure I can, but let me check here. I have a builder's wand. Where'd it go? There it is. A builder's wand that I got in the thing. I don't know if I can charge it up in the battle box, but I'm going to go try real quick. The bat box does still have power. No, won't go in there at all. Okay. Nope. That's going to require either a mechanism charge pad or the Tech Reborn version of the bat box, which can be crafted actually. So it may not show in any eye, but it can actually be crafted. it is just put a IC2 bat box in the crafting grid, and it'll give you the Tech Reborn version in replace. Oh, before we get any further here, let's make sure we put the rest of the inside pieces in there. We need a cell there. We need a cell there. And then I should have some lapis coolers to add in. Lapis cooler there. I'm going to put one there. Put one there. Put one there. That's good. Like I said, I'm gonna have to open it back up later and put a bunch more in, but that's okay. All right, almost there. We'll see what the stats are with this kind of half completed. I mean, it definitely needs a lot more cooling. It definitely can take a lot more cooling inside, though it doesn't have to have all of that to function for the low tier fuels. Now, the reason I wanted all that cooling is because I want to be able to put basically any type of fuel in. Should I put it up like one higher, or should I put it like right there at ground? At eye
I think
level?
that's fine. Yeah, that's high level.
Right there, eye level. Okay, if we open it up, does it say that it's working? It says 5x5x7. There we go. Minus 3,470 heat. I think it can take a little bit. It can dissipate a little bit of heat there. I think we're good. Let's go grab the reactor stuff here. We got this fuel. I do got some other fuel that I got for the turn-in from the reward. I didn't realize that would be different than the lowest tier fuel. It's actually even a little bit lower, I think. Anyway, let's throw this in and give it a redstone signal. We can see how much power we're gonna get.
Whoa, it is creating heat.
Is it? No, it ain't. Oh, it is, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Oh yeah, that's definitely heating up. Okay. That's a lot of heat. Alright, we're definitely going to need to get the rest of our cooling in before we utilize it too much. Look at how fast that goes up. Yeah, that's kind of not great. But that's okay. We know what we need to do. We need to make a bunch more things. A whole bunch more. Now, I could, I think I even have enough. Yeah. I can put the baby reactor back together if we, because we obviously don't want to have that running for too long without the maximum cooling that we have planned. But yeah, we're gonna have to run a whole bunch more steel, a whole bunch of magnesium. What is it? Magnesium, yeah. And we have to go find some more lapis. And I think that's the main things. Those are the main things. But what I can do is, without us, if we man, it's hard. I don't like these ladders. I do not like these ladders. I just have a hard time going down them all the time. What we can do is, now that we've had it on for a few seconds, you can see it's storing some power. We can turn it off and on and let it cool down, let it build up its power in here. And if we can monitor the amount of power somehow, and turn it off and on to prevent it from overheating, or monitor the heat somehow. I'm not sure. There's ways we can do these things. Obviously I could do it by hand for the moment, but we get our internal power storage built up. I don't know if the actual internal power storage changes based on size. I should have paid attention to that, but I can probably see it when we go back on the when I put together the video for the replay. Anyway, guys, there's my reactor. Like I said, you're gonna have to tune in next time to see the completed product with all the cooling inside to see exactly what the stats are with that. But hopefully, once I get all of them, there's a lot of things that need to go into it still. All the lapis coolers, all the magnesium coolers. There's quite a few things to go inside still to get that cooling level up to where it's going to be able to do the cooling. But you can see that we're producing a massive amount of power there. It's 9,700 RF a tick, and I believe, yeah, look at their efficiency there, 677% efficiency. That is really good. I didn't even realize it could go that high. I thought it was like capped around 500, but yeah, I think, and that also has to do with, and then look at our heat multiplier is 1655. Wow. Okay. But yeah, I got my work cut out for me, and Dornell also has his work cut out for him. I will have to, I wonder, what's up? I wonder if I just took out like a set of the cells for a while, if that would be enough. Hey, let's just check something here real quick. Let's see if I take out the middle set of cells here. And that is probably going to do weird things, but I'd like to get it so that I could not have to worry about it melting down, at least until we can and well, that's less heat, but it's still going to overheat eventually. Interesting. I'm pretty sure that once I get it completely configured with all the things that I intend to have in there, it's going to be okay. But yeah, I guess we'll just have to wait. You just have to wait and see. Wait till next time. But anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out, watching, all that other fun stuff. Make sure you hit that like button, comment, and until next time, we will catch you later.
Goodbye.